multiplayer, getting a few things, few new maps, remastered maps.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, how many variations of shipment have been made in the history of Call of Duty? It's amazing how much they can do with that map. In Season 6, we've got 5 variations on it.
The nostalgia factor, these maps, like people knew that this game would die off slowly because of the maps. Like, we've all played them. And they just keep releasing new versions of the same shipment. I don't know how many variations of shipment we have. It's insane. Dude, it's Season 6. I'm at the point where I'm over this. I need to get it over with.
Welcome, everybody, to episode number 188 of the COD Casuals podcast. We're your host, Mike.
I'm Justin.
Justin, how we doing, brother?
Doing pretty good. It's a Monday. It was Monday.
Yeah. Same here, bro.
It was all right. It was pretty, just boring. I was in the office. Well, I'm in the office this week. I had work to do and stuff. It's just boring.
Do you have any big projects coming up or anything like that, or is it just kind of like small stuff that you got to be doing?
It's like my busy time, so I am doing a lot of stuff. It's just I don't like doing it in the office.
Yeah. Now, we talked about that before, man. It's like there's been this push ever since COVID. It's mellowed out quite a bit to get people back in the office. I don't really understand that. I don't get why you'd have to, because they save so much money and you could do so much of your work just at home.
Yeah. Well, you would think that, but some people don't care for that. But yeah, nah. And then I just had some work I had to finish up or whatever. I was gonna leave a little bit earlier, but then something came up, obviously, and then I'm sitting there I'm one of the more senior people on the team now, and someone asked to do something, and I completely missed a message. And then I saw it right before I was gonna leave, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll go respond to him." First off, in my head, I'm like, "Why didn't anyone else respond to him?" It's been all day,
right?
So I respond to him. I'm like, "Yeah, I'll check whatever." Checked. I don't own it. It wasn't my responsibility, so I'm like, "Yeah, it's not me."
Yeah.
And then I was hoping the person that does own it would say something. Waited half an hour, nothing happened. So I responded. I'm sarcastically saying, "Does someone need help with this? I can do it now. I can look at it." No response. And then I get a message from not my boss, but a manager, basically on the on the side. Was like, "Hey, I know it's not yours, but can you just do it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it. Whatever."
Right.
Did it, and then I sarcastically said in the group "Hey, it's done," and they're like, "Oh, all right, cool, thanks." Dude, I'm trying to give other people a chance to go and do this work to show other people the managers and stuff that our teams are very well rounded.
Right.
No one's jumping at this. I'm like, that's what you got to do.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, man, those people sound like they're a bunch of high schoolers. Like the way you go and you're like, "Hey, does anyone need help on this?" They don't want to say anything. The minute you're like, "Hey, that worked that nobody said anything about, it's all done." "Oh, thank you."
Yeah.
Like, dude, where were you about half an hour ago?
Yeah.
When I asked anybody about this stuff.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hear about it tomorrow, but I was like, whatever. It'll take me 20 minutes or something to do it, but they didn't want to do it. Well, I'll get extra points for it. Whatever.
I was gonna say, dude. I mean, we talk about that all the time. You just going above and beyond. And this is for anything and any work that you do, even if it's not. I think there's always the moments where you don't have to do it, but when you do step up and take that extra bit on your plate, people always notice. It may suck in the moment, but that stuff always pays off. You know?
It's just being a team player.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Be a good teammate.
Yeah, exactly. But the big thing you need with teammates is, you need to communicate.
Yeah. And you need teammates to do stuff.
Yeah, you don't need dead bodies as a teammate.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of teammates, our teammates in COD,
Bro, fucking
awful.
awful.
They
Fucking
ain't playing the
horrible.
objective. They're not
Bro,
doing anything.
I'll tell you this before we get into season 6, which by the way, hallelujah, we've made it to the promised land.
Yeah.
You know how long we've been
one
waiting
more
for this?
season.
That's it, Justin. So I've just been like, I've been slammed trying to get all my lessons and everything planned for the next day. So usually I'm like, I try to get home. I mean, I work usually till 7, but today I don't work at all. After school, I should say. So we'll do this. I'll hop on. I'll get like an hour and a half in or so, and then I'm like, okay, from like 7:30 to like 10:30, I'm just trying to get everything figured out, right? Bro, last night, that's when I had my time. I had to drop my brother off because I told you with his Achilles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to drive him from New Hampshire. He's like, dude, can you bring me? So I'm like, okay. So I bring
Mm-hmm.
him back. I get home, unpack. It's like 7:30 or so. I'm like, all right, let me get a game in or so. Dude, I was cooking. I was feeling great. And we had this game. We played 2 games, but the one that I'm thinking of that pissed me off so much, it was domination on Cell Ship. Okay. I dropped 96 kills. I choked 100.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Called in a DNA bomb. Called in multiple advanced UAVs. All my VTOLs got shot down. Bro, we lost 200 to 145.
Yeah.
I had like 20 defense. I was doing everything. I was so pissed. That was my last game. Like I
Yeah.
played a few games and I was doing well, got the levels in, and then that game happened and I was just like, these fucking guys not know what game mode we're playing? Like, are you kidding me? Like,
Mm-hmm.
dude, the whole feed's like they're all getting smoked. Like, we're killing all these guys, and I'm on here. But then one guy with like a riot shield and dual shotguns runs up and kills me. And I'm like thinking, teammates, let's go pick up the slack. Let's
Mm-hmm.
get that flag that I capped half of. No, they just
Yeah.
leave it.
That's small map mosh pit right there.
Oh my
No,
god, dude.
it doesn't even matter if the game's close or not. Like, even if the game's close, there are so many people that just don't want to play for the win. And I'm like, it's winnable. It's not even like we're getting blown out or anything. Just try. But yeah, I dealt with that too last night. I was playing a while last night because I had to make up for my levels again from this season.
You've killed it.
That's two seasons in a row that I've had to do this. But I'm cutting it close this season, though. I think we have. I mean, by the time you guys listen to this, season 6 will be out. But you and I both have. I think it's like a day and a half left, and I got to get like 30 levels. I think in a day and a half.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's doable. It's just grindy.
Yeah, it is a bit grindy. But it's not, like I said, it's not too bad.
Mm.
I was impressed, man. I mean, again, you always find that time. Like this season, I was worried. I was like, man, this might be the one where he's a few levels behind. And
Yeah.
then I hopped on and I saw him, and you're like 990 something or whatever. I'm like, there we go.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I was laughing. I was like, this fucking guy always somehow finds like 5-6 hours slamming the tokens.
Yeah.
And you just get all the levels in, you know?
It's I was like 897
You for the longest time.
for a long time, yeah. And then I grinded like it was like 110 levels or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the week. And it's just you can make it up. It's just called staying up late and losing sleep.
Yeah.
Just so everybody knows, I'm doing it for you guys.
Yeah.
And also for myself too, because I'm like I will hit 1050 before season 6 comes out. It is not like
So
I'm not quitting
non-negotiable.
it. Yeah, yeah. And like you'll be able to back me up on that and like whatever, but I'm hitting the max level before season 6 no matter what. Regardless, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know. We always are anal about that, like just making sure that we hit it. Because in the end of the day, like it doesn't really matter,
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
but it does matter.
It does matter. Yeah. It's I'm not a quitter. Like, a lot of people here.
Oh, dude, I see those. You see those people down there? They're like level 300. I'm like, what the fuck happened to you?
Yeah, yeah. And they're the ones that are like saying, "You're doing this wrong. This is shit."
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I played the game long enough. I know if this is right, if this is wrong. Also, I can admit if I'm wrong, but uh yeah, I need to grind out the rest of the levels tonight. I'm gonna try to do like the majority of them tonight, and then I think the update happens Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
So hoping I only have like 10 levels left by Tuesday. So tomorrow for us.
Yeah, if you could leave it where you've only got about 10 levels, then that's totally doable within a couple hours of playing. Because I was gonna say something that came up, excuse me, that was news, which I honestly was surprised about this, is the tokens. All of those tokens that we've been saving are gonna disappear from multiplayer side. I believe on the Warzone side, they do carry over. But ever since I got that news, I mean, dude, I've just been making it
Yeah.
rain with the tokens. I'm
Yeah.
like, because I'm sure you got it too, right? You got the login bonus ones, like you got
Mhm.
those. I think it was like 12 of them or something like that.
It was
I can't.
10.
Yeah, 10
10,
24-hour tokens.
no,
That's
10,
crazy.
10 1 hour tokens.
Oh, 10-hour, 1-hour
Yeah.
tokens. Yeah. Can you imagine if there were 24-hour tokens? That'd be
I
insane.
wish.
Yeah, I wish, bro. I'd
I'm
slide
telling,
those.
dude, I'm telling you, the token, that was a nice bonus having 10 1 hour tokens, but 1 hour tokens do not take you that far, like in the 1 hour. Because, I mean, also, it does just depend on like play style and like whatever too. But I average, like with 1 hour token, I average like 3.5 to 4 levels, not even the full 5,
Yeah.
which is insane. So
Right.
I've just been like, I didn't have that many with the 10. I had like added onto the ones I already had. I
Yeah.
had like 16 or 17 1 hour tokens, and now I'm down to 8, I think. And if you do the math like that, yeah, the double XP helps, but it doesn't go as far as you think. And I think I said this last time too in season 4. Like, it's all mental. Like, I pop 1 hour token and I just know that, okay, I'll get almost 5. Like, if I cook and I'm in games like right away, I will probably get the 5. And it also depends on the game modes too. Like,
Right.
if I get 3 hard points or like a Dom and like a TDM or something, like I'll get decent XP, but it's not like if I got all kill confirms in a row, then I'll probably get the 5 levels. But even then, if you think about it, 1 hour and 5 levels and that's it. That's insane. So I've been playing a mental game with myself where I pop a token. I'm like, all right, this 1 hour, I'll hope to get 5 levels. After that, chill on the token and then grind out 5 levels without the token and do 5 levels without the token. Like, it sucks. Like, it takes a while.
Yeah, because if you're frying in a game without a token, you'll get half a level.
Yeah, yeah.
You
You're
know?
probably not going to get the full level unless
No, dude.
dude, it's
You'd have
hard. It's
dude,
hard.
to get a full level without token, I mean, like from here to go all the way around, I mean, I've never
And
had a game like that. Never.
I've been pretty close, but it's like you have to be playing kill confirmed on cell ship, smallest map possible, and you're just frying. Like, you're collecting everything.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but yeah, so that's my thing about the double XP tokens. They are nice, I will say, but definitely after you're in a couple hours, it doesn't matter. I
No,
swear.
it really doesn't. I try to do I'll do an hour and then I do a half hour token and then I do the same thing like you said, which I find funny because I'll do the token and then I'll be like, okay, let me try to prolong it by just getting some levels in without it.
Mhm.
Um, but then I'll play 3 games or so, 3, 4 games. I'm like, dude, fuck this. Like, it's just taking forever.
Mhm.
Especially now where I don't know how many levels I have left. I think I'm at 1036,
Mm,
so 14 levels. I might try to like. I'm gonna try to do it tonight. I probably won't because I can't be on too much. But tomorrow, I'm hoping that by tomorrow I have like 5 levels left or something like that.
mm,
And then it'll be easy. But when I had a bit to grind, it wasn't as bad as you. But when I had it, the same thing. It's in that mental state. I'm like, okay, I just have to get through this,
yeah,
and yeah, and it sucks because then I would have a token, and then I'm playing team deathmatch. I'm loading
yeah.
into TDM. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I can't do this. I got to back out, you
Mm,
know. But like part of my conundrum is if you back out,
you're
then
wasting
you might
time.
be stuck queuing. Yeah, I'm like, dude, this
Yeah,
is like,
that's like
2 3
30
minutes.
seconds.
Yeah,
30
yeah,
seconds off the clock.
exactly.
Like if you're playing small map mosh pit, it goes pretty quick, like loading
Hmm.
into games. But like, yeah, you're wasting 30 seconds. That's 30 seconds of like, double XP. That's a killer too. You could have gotten, or like a
Yeah,
tag you could have, But yeah, it's a mental battle when you gotta grind that much because like I want to each level is like 65,000 XP or something like that.
yeah, somewhere
It
around there.
it's a lot.
It's gross.
So yeah, the fact that I did that much in the week is, yeah, I lost a
Oh,
lot of
it's
sleep.
commendable.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a
Still doing it. That's
commendable.
that's 2 seasons in a row, but that's why the double XP weekends are it's the same amount of like XP, right? But there's just something about knowing that you finish your game and you wait and load and play again. You're not on a time limit. You're just going and going, and
Right,
it goes by
right.
so much faster. Which is why those double XP weekends, and we do uh, a whole prestige. It doesn't feel as bad. But when I got double XP tokens popping these, I'm like, okay, I popped an hour, but I probably lost like, I don't know, 10 minutes in total of
Right,
just non XP.
right. Just being stuck in the queue,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Yeah, it does
And it's
suck.
not optimal. It's not the most optimal XP. Whereas if we have the double XP for the whole weekend, then like it doesn't matter if I play TDM or if I'm playing hardpoint or Dom, you know.
No, it
Ideally
doesn't
you
matter.
want kill confirmed over and over, but yeah. There are times too where like I'll get a TDM and I'm like, okay, I have 12 minutes left with this double XP token. We can win in less than 12 minutes. Like we can cook in
Yeah.
like beat this in 7 minutes. Do that. Try to jump in another game. Like, all right, I got 3 minutes of double XP left in this Dom. Let me just fry in these 3 minutes. Look at it. I'm like, all right, and then decide whether or not I want to back out or not.
Right.
Because
Well,
usually
and
at that point, I'm just burnt out. I'm like, dude, fucking god.
the thing that I do too is um like when I'm in the lobby like waiting to go in, and then I'll be playing like it'll be something like a domination where it can go on for a while, and I'll die and I'll look in the bottom right to see how much time I have left. And I'm thinking like, "Oh, dude, like do I need to go pop another one?" Or the worst is when I get into a game of like kill confirmed, it's only 2 minutes. I'm like,
Mhm,
"Fuck, dude, like I don't know how that works. I don't know if it tracks the 2 minutes of when you're in game and then it does just go back to normal. Like, I'd
mhm.
assume that's what it would
Yeah,
do. Um, but even in those, like, when I have 2 minutes, bro, I'm, like, playing like a menace. If I get 2 kills and I die, I'm like, "Fuck, that's not good. That's not good."
yeah.
I'm like, "I need to get all the kill streaks. I need to get every tag. Like, I gotta start capping points or getting in the hill." Um, I've become very aware of that. Like, I try to get in the hill and get kills in the hill because I know that's way more XP, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I
Um,
I will say at this point, it's not fun. Like I'm just sitting in small mosh pit. I'm like, fuck this. Like I want to go play control on a bigger map and just like make the game easier for myself.
yeah, I think because once season 6 rolls around, and obviously too when we hit that 1250, um, it's just gonna be like it's gonna be such a relief, you know?
Hmm.
Like we won't have to be grinding it out so much, and it's like, okay, now you can just go and play whatever you want. It doesn't matter because
Yeah.
I don't know
I,
what the time is gonna be from when we end in season 6 to when Black Ops 6 comes out.
yeah. I don't know either, but um I do know I'm definitely gonna do a better job of distributing the levels
Oh
with
yeah.
between now and when Black Ops 6 comes out, because yeah, I'm trying to take like a break and just chill out before Black Ops 6 comes out, and
Yeah.
not having it like hanging over my head that, oh, I need to get this done for myself and for everyone listening.
Yeah. Well,
But
and that's what's going to be such a relief about the Black Ops 6 is that we don't have to worry about that,
I know it's just gonna be like, oh, just play at your own leisure, and I know that I'm gonna hit master at some point during the year.
Right. And I'm
I'm
not
good.
freaking out being like, I have to hit master 1,000. I'm like, for me, I want to hit master and
Mhm.
that's it, but there's no time crunch to do it.
Yeah.
Which is going to be a relief. But I'll say before we go into season 6 about all stuff, like closing that whole thing about the tokens, it's nice that they're going to stay there. But dude, bro, if there was somebody out there who's like a big camo grinder, dude, my account would be a fucking gold mine for them. Dude, the amount of double weapon XP tokens, I've never used one in my life.
Mhm.
Like in all, like it's insane how many hour tokens I have for
Yeah.
that.
I can't even imagine, because I have a decent amount, but I have like 31 hour tokens or something. But I use them a lot in the beginning.
Yeah. Now
So
mine's it's bad. Like
yeah.
it's approaching, like for the hour tokens, I'm approaching 100.
Oh, that's insane.
Like
Yeah.
just yeah, I mean, like
Yeah,
I
you
don't
don't
care
care.
about camos like that,
Mhm.
like leveling them up or anything. The only ones I ever care about is just the regular XP. I have used a couple of battle pass ones at the end of the season because you know how
Mhm.
that goes. Sometimes they have just double XP and I'm like, you know, 10 levels away, but I still need to get like 8 tokens or something like that.
Mhm.
And I'm like, there's no
Oh,
way
yeah,
this
yeah,
is,
yeah.
like I'm gonna have to hit max level
Yeah.
and then I have to keep on playing.
Mhm. I use those double XP battle pass tokens. I don't have any. Actually, no, that's a lie. I probably have like a handful of hour ones, but
Yeah.
I use them like instantly
Yeah.
because I'm trying to get all the double XP tokens out of the battle pass. Like
Right.
that's what I did with MW2, and I finished MW2's battle pass like way before I even hit 1250.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, like the battle pass tokens are nice for that, because you can get like a handful of double XP tokens out of the battle pass. But yeah, I know most people listening probably don't care about, oh, you don't need to hit 1050 or before the season ends, but I do, and need to show everyone that you can do it.
Yeah. The commitment.
You just got to try harder. Try
Yeah.
harder, and you got to stay up. You got to make the time, because Mike and I hold each other accountable to this stuff.
Oh yeah, bro. I would give you shit about it if I like,
Yeah, and
right
vice
now you
versa.
were like,
Yeah.
yeah, you were like
Yeah.
898 or like 910 right now. I'm like, bro, you're not gonna do it. Like,
Yeah.
it's just impossible. Like you have to take work off. you
Yeah.
know?
And even with that, like
Yeah, like that
yeah.
that you'd be all nighters and shit to be
Yeah.
able to pull that off. That'd be like those guys who used to do the races, like Doom the Race. They
Mhm.
have like 5 or 6 people just staying up all night
Yeah.
playing the game 24/7.
Mhm.
But yeah, dude, I mean, we're gonna be 1050 in probably just like a couple of days here, and then we're into the last season of
Mhm.
MW3. Cue the sad music.
Yeah.
I'm not too sad about this. This is always the hardest part for us and probably everybody too. Is
Oh,
just trying
most
to
people have quit already.
I know, right?
They quit like season 3.
Yeah, for the people who actually are legit fans. But
Yeah, yeah.
I would say too for anybody, because with Call of Duty, I think it was T Dog who had tweeted about it. He's like, dude, MW3 just it's hard to play after playing Black Ops 6. And
Mhm.
he's totally right. I just can't it's very hard for me to get into the game after playing, like getting that little taste of what we're gonna have next year. And then you've got to go back, you
Mhm.
know? It does suck. So we're on the last one here. It's coming out. Well, it'll already be out by the time it's September 18th. It's like what's titled The Haunting, so it's all going to be Halloween themed.
It's coming out
Um,
Wednesday, which is I think the 18th.
yep.
So, doesn't matter for everyone.
No, not really. But I think right now this one doesn't excite me.
No, this is definitely more of a fun
Aesthetic one.
party thing. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's one thing I want to do. again, I'm gonna give Sledgehammer props. They've been keeping up with the updates and stuff, and the party mode they added, like a whole party playlist. That's fun, but I want to be playing that more instead of just grinding out small mosh pit. Like, I want to go and chill out in party mode, but I can't right now. And then with season 6, obviously Halloween's coming up when season 6 is out and stuff. And they have a bunch of cool collabs, which they did this in like last year too. But for multiplayer, it's whatever. Say Warzone's probably going to be more fun than multiplayer just because they always have the haunting event.
Right.
But multiplayer, we're getting a few things, few new maps. A
Yeah,
few remastered maps.
dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it was you who tweeted about it, bro. How many variations of shipment
Yeah, I
have
did
been
tweet
made
that.
in
Yeah.
the history of Call of Duty, bro?
Yeah.
It's amazing how much they
Mm.
can do with that map. To think that that was a map that was kind of a throwaway one in COD 4 when they first made it, to now it's just this historic map where in season 6 we've got 5 variations on it. Like, what?
That's what I was thinking. How many shipments do we have in just this game? And also too that the nostalgia factor of these maps, like everyone knew. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say everyone. People knew that this game would die off slowly because of the maps. Like we've all played them, and they just keep releasing new versions of the same shipment. Like I don't know how many variations of shipment we have. It's insane. Like they all play the same. It doesn't matter. Like yeah, they're pretty and whatever, but dude, it's season 6. I'm at the point where like I'm over this. I need to get it over with.
You're like, I don't even want to play this COD anymore. Like, I just want to get it fucking done with.
we're so close. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's like we can almost taste it.
Mhm.
But we've got Drive Through, which I guess that's going to be their new one, right? I don't
Mhm.
think that's going to be a variation on it,
Yeah.
on anything. And then Mad Cow, that's the variation on Meat,
Yep.
which, bro, like looking at this, they changed the lighting and they just made everything like, like the paint's kind of faded away or something like that.
Mm.
So it's got that little spooky vibe to it. But, bro, are you seeing these shipments?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
Sunny shipment.
dude,
You're telling me the other ones aren't
what
sunny?
the fuck is Sunny shipment, bro? What is that?
Yeah,
Like,
it's brighter. I like the way that I
it's
see
brighter.
sunny shipment is that it's the cell ship. It's cell ship like that brightness, but not cell shaded. It's just
Right.
so it's just shipment.
Because
That's
isn't
bright.
the regular shipment is dark, right? It's at night.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
like rainy. I think. Actually,
Yeah.
no. I think it's just dark.
No, you're right. It is
Yeah,
dark. The original shipment was like grassy.
yeah.
Yeah, and it was like kind of like overcasty. But this one now, yeah, bro, we've got normal shipment, then we got sunny shipment. Like, bro, are we gonna get like overcast shipment? Like, what the
Mhm.
fuck?
Well,
I did bro. I wish I could be there at the table for like how they came up with this. So like, what are the variations we need on this? Like
yeah,
go design what it is. And someone came up with that. They're like, why don't we just make it sunny? And they're like, I love it.
yeah, yeah, and like they need to throw these shipments in one playlist, like shipment playlist, where it's just
Yeah.
every variation of shipment. That's gonna be the playlist I'm in, just
Oh
grinding out
my
season
God. I'm gonna
6,
live. Yeah, bro. I'm gonna live there.
and it's
You
gonna
know,
suck.
I do because I'd say too with the small maps, I don't mind the small maps, but I know maybe it's a hot take, dude. I am just so over Rust
Mhm,
and like Tune Oxide, bro. I can't stand those maps. Like
mhm.
I would 100 times over play Shipment. Like I don't even like Shipment that much, but for the small maps and like having to play with them, dude, playing that map, playing Rust is just such a pain 6v6. Like
Mhm.
the spawn traps are just they're brutal.
Oh yeah,
It's
one
fun when you're doing them, but
yeah.
it's like if you're gonna be playing kill confirmed or something on, it's only good in like domination. You
Mhm.
know, um,
Unless
so
you're in the spawn trap.
Yeah, bro, if you're in the spawn trap, it's like
Yeah,
you just dashboard. Like,
yeah.
don't even bother.
The only rust that you're not really spawn trapped is like the kill confirmed, and like
Yeah.
I guess a hard point, but yeah, the mosh pit is good because you get different variants, different maps, but like no one ever votes shoot house, which is so annoying because like shoot house is so much better than these other maps, the other small maps, but whatever. Like yeah, like what drive through is the only new map we're getting. All the other maps are just reskins of shipment.
Yeah, well, there's that. Like, I was surprised because that stay high. Like, I can't even get an idea what that looks like. Like, I don't
It's
even understand that.
it's
You
shipment.
know? Yeah, but I'm just
Yeah.
like looking at the photo that they have in there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even begin to think what that looks like. I can with every other one, like
Mm-hmm.
Bitmint, Ghost
Yeah.
Ship, obviously Sunny
Well,
Shipment. I got an idea. Stay high. I'm like,
mm-hmm.
it must be like that map that they've got where it's all
Stay
just
high.
those crazy. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, I'm assuming it's gonna be just instead of the crates, they're all gonna be blocks like that.
Yeah. That's what
You know?
I'm like. Yeah, I'd hope there's a playlist that's, let's throw these 5 shipment maps into the playlist. Like, have at it, like
Yeah.
grind it out. Uh, but yeah, drive through's the only new map this season, which, that's whatever. Like, it is season 6. I get it. Uh, Sledgehammer they've been putting out good maps like through the whole year. So, again, I'm going to commend them on that because Infinity Ward didn't do anything like
No.
like last year in MW2. And that's the thing that sucks. Like I've said it so many times in multiple episodes, but Sledgehammer tried this whole year and not many people have praised them for at least trying and putting out new maps. Their downfall was just the remastered MW2 maps.
Yeah.
Like these maps just died so quick. Like after the first month, people were bored with these maps. And then the new maps they've added, like, those should have been here to begin with.
Yeah, isn't it funny how when we go and play the small map Mosh Pit and it's obviously it's like all new maps? That's to me what feels more like MW3.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like just playing all these new maps that are actually really good maps, other than obviously like Rust and Shipment, I get it. They're not completely new. Um, but some of the other ones that they had added, like just playing in that on some of those new maps, that to me feels like what the game should have been all along. Um, and obviously too, I mean, we don't want to go too crazy into it because we'll save it for our end of review or end of year review. But I've thought about our talk regarding them using MW3 maps, and I don't really know if it would have been a good thing that they did it because we want that obviously being MW3, but I mean, look what happened to all the MW2 maps, like the way people view them now. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it would suck if people were thinking that way about like Mission and Resistance, where
Mm-hmm.
they just added them in and, are trying to capitalize on them. It would have made more sense in MW3 to have those maps, but there's a part of me now where I'm like, I'm kind of glad they didn't,
Mm-hmm.
go full bore with those. You know what I mean?
I still think they should have been sprinkled in. Like,
Yeah, I think definitely
I,
that.
I mean, I know you can go back to episodes before, like towards the end of MW2, and we said that these maps should not be like all remastered. Like the formula is new maps and then you sprinkle in the remastered maps. That's what the formula should be. And I think if
Yeah.
Sledgehammer did that and just had a whole new set of maps for this game and then they sprinkled in MW3 maps, I think a lot of people would enjoy it a lot more because this game's way more fun than MW2. Like 100%. Like I like MW3 way more than MW2.
Yeah.
The movement just feels so smooth. The weapons are fun to use. Um, I don't know, like it's just fun. But you can only play so much invasion control or sub base hardpoint. Like all these maps we've already played. Like I do think the weapons in this game are just so much better than MW2, and I think this game overall is better than MW2. But yeah, it just sticks that they couldn't add way more new maps.
Yeah, I mean, because again, it does a disservice to the team over there because obviously they've got good map designers. They obviously could put out good maps because they did. And to your point, yeah, I think the sprinkling idea is definitely the way to go. Um, but even still, like, did they add in a lot of maps from older CODs like in the previous seasons? Did they do like one or two remastered maps? Or not really,
No.
because I can't remember at all, like, I don't think they added much of any, um,
Yeah.
and I know there's a lot of those maps, like, when I played some of the 6v6 playlist, not too long ago, there's a lot of those maps that, like that map that, it's the snowy map that reminds you of Summit from Black Ops 1, that was the new map that they'd made, I think
Oh yeah,
maybe,
yeah.
yeah, 2 seasons ago.
Mhm.
Dude, some of these maps, I'm like, "Where the fuck are they?" Like, they're just not in the rotation, you
Yeah,
never
yeah, yeah.
see them,
Yeah.
you still see a lot of the original ones, which I'm
Mhm.
surprised. They can definitely change that algorithm
Mhm.
and push all the new maps.
Mhm. No, that's what
Um,
I'm saying. Like, I don't remember the last time I played Terminal Control or Terminal to begin with.
oh, dude, same. I can't even remember. Like,
But that's what I'm saying.
you don't see it.
Like Terminal, it sucks for Control, but like I wouldn't mind that every now and then. Like it's all about like I don't want it to be repetitive. Like
Yeah,
I hate shipment right now. I hate shipment. I hate every single map in Small Mosh Pit besides Shoot House because I don't get Shoot House. Um,
right.
I want the full rotation. That's what I want. And
Yeah,
like even High Rise, like I don't even remember the last time I played High Rise Control. And High Rise Control sucks. But like I want that every now and then and not get like 6-star control.
yeah,
It works, but I've played that map over and over. Again, it's just I know like some people are probably saying, "Oh, you're just contradicting yourself." I don't want you need a good mix of everything. You can't just like add this and completely take it out and, just give us the new ones completely. Uh like I played Skid Row Control for the first time in a while. I was
bro.
like, this map
You're
sucks for Control, but it was a nice like toss in after a couple hours of playing.
Yeah, I mean, and part of that too is like it's obviously just the predicament that we're in right now, and
Mm,
most people are. Um, because I know that I brought it up in our episode last week regarding that comment on the flank about it, how casuals want to move towards the smaller maps, which I would say is probably true. Um, but if they're gonna do that, I mean, they just have to have, you know, an abundance of them and not do the variation kind of thing. Because to me, I don't know how other people feel about it, but I don't give a shit about playing, 9 versions of Shipment. I'd rather have 9 new maps. Now, obviously, it's way easier to do the variations on Shipment, but for me, it's just wasted effort. I'm like, why don't you just instead of doing those variations and all that effort trying to think about that, why don't you just make like 2 new maps that are small, you know what I mean?
mhm.
Instead of
Yeah,
sitting around thinking, "Oh, how can we go and change the formula for shipment for the last season?" To me, I don't care.
yeah,
It's the
yeah,
same thing with was it that Ink House or Stash House
yeah.
they have as
Yeah,
Ink House now? I'm like, dude, Stash House is fine. Like, fuck Ink House. It's the same thing.
yeah, yeah. Exactly. I want new stuff like
Yeah, I
that.
know.
Everybody wants new stuff, right? And just my thing is like I don't understand why they know these maps work, which is obviously why they're reskinning them over and over.
Right,
Well, why don't you just reskin them and toss them to us like every now and then?
right, right.
Like, don't just um don't reskin all of MW2 maps and throw them in. And now, oh, here's your MW3 game.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah,
It's not. It's obviously at the point now where they're just kind of throwing anything at the wall to
mhm,
kind of make this season 6 work. So I don't think anyone's really hyped for it in the sense of like gameplay wise. I will say though, like to your point earlier about something that is good. These bundles that they got. I mean, Activision, they love those bundles.
yeah,
They've got some interesting ones. Like they got. I mean, again, I ain't gonna buy them. But they just are always on it with some of these collabs. Like they're gonna have Daryl Dixon from The Walking Dead, and then they've got that was it Smile 2 with the Makarov and Valeria. Dude, the other ones I'm gonna seem like an old person, bro. I don't even know what that's from. Like Sam, I don't know if that's from a movie.
Yeah,
From like
these are all movie. Well, besides The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't
Yeah.
know that shit.
Yeah, Terrifier, the clown. I mean, people know what that is if you've seen the movie. But again, they're killing it with the bundles, and and playing for Halloween too. I remember Cold War around the haunting when I think they first did it. This event's always fun. Like they add different party modes, like they play to the theme. I love all of that stuff that they're doing, and it's good that they're doing it. But again, I guess our whole gripe with it is the core of the game, like the maps and stuff.
Yeah.
But they're adding Michael Myers back. That was a skin in the past couple of CODs too. So
yeah, well, so that, but what I was gonna ask is, I got excited there for a second. I don't know if they're adding that game mode, because remember in Cold War where you had that, or like, I think that's what it was.
It was
Michael Myers,
yeah.
Where you'd have one of the guys. I mean, dude, that's like an OG game mode people would play in MW2. But actually having it implemented in Cold War,
it was Scream. Scream.
Yeah, that's what it was, dude. That game mode was so fun. Like, I can envision us 1250. We've done it. And we're like, okay, bro, we're going to play some other games. You're playing Assassin's Creed, whatever. And I'm like, okay, let's go hop in. Let's play a little bit of Michael Myers, Let's play some Scream, play a couple of normal 6v6 maps. I hope they add that back, because in Cold War, that was so much fun.
Yeah. I played a couple party games in their party playlist, and it's fun after you're in small mosh pit like all day. It's like you can just chill and enjoy the game. But yeah, these they're killing it with all the Halloween themed stuff. I mean, again, not buying any of these, but Smile 2, they're promoting that movie.
Yeah.
I don't even know when it's coming out, but I've seen Smile 1. Movie's freaky.
I was gonna say, is it scary?
Yeah, I mean, like it's just creepy. That's like every scary movie, right? Like nowadays, it's just Smile is creepy. Yeah. And do you know the whole like promotion like behind the first movie that they did?
No, I don't think so.
So it was cool. This is completely off topic.
Who cares?
Smile, it's about this demon that takes over other people's bodies.
Jesus, I hate that.
By you see that creepy smile. If you turn and you see someone smiling like that, you're next. That's what it is. Like, what if you see the person smiling like that, that means you're up next. The person with that smile is dying, and you're the next possession. But to promote this first movie, they sent out a bunch of people like doing that creepy smile, like all over like America. So at SoFi Stadium, where like the Chargers play in California and stuff, they sent random people to the stadium, and they're just standing there with the smile, and like cameras would like pan to them, and no one knew what it was at first,
right?
Like at all. Like and it just got taken up by social media, and people are like, what are these people doing? Like, why are they like, they're not moving, they're just standing there looking at the camera with that creepy smile.
Damn.
And like they didn't say anything for like a couple weeks, and then they found out, oh, this is promotion for the new movie.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is that the only way to kill this possession and demon is by killing the person that is possessed with it. But you can't look at them, because if you look at them, you're next. Like the demon's just going to jump to you.
Right.
Spoiler alert, like if you haven't seen the movie, but spoiler, well, it's not really like a complete spoiler, but people are thinking, well, if the demon is smiling, what happens if you put them on TV? And then everybody that looked at that demon is now possessed. Yeah.
So that's what happened. Like a whole bunch of people got possessed by it.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh
They
damn.
ended it. Yeah. So
Okay,
Smile
gotcha.
2 will know,
We'll
but
answer that question.
I think I don't know. They could just play it off, but yeah, that's the whole movie. I thought it was really cool that
Damn, that
how
is
they
actually a
promoted
cool
it.
concept. I
Man, I'm
like
telling
that.
you though, if they walked around like that and like with the wrong people though, you're dying.
Yeah, bro, you're getting absolutely cooked.
Yeah,
That's why
because
you do it in a sports stadium like that, bro. You're not going
it
to do
was
that in the city.
it was creepy. Like it was
Yeah.
really creepy. Like they would follow people.
Oh yeah, nah.
Obviously they would have like cameras and stuff, like and stuff.
Yeah, some of that would be planned. Yeah.
But that's just creepy in general. Like
Yeah.
you look at that Smile. I've seen the movie and looking at it, I'm like, dude, that is it's messed up.
Yeah, dude, it is creepy when I see it. I don't like it at all. You know, it just makes
I'd
me feel unsettled.
Yeah, I felt
The
unsettled like talking about it
dude, it's fun. Yeah, no, it's funny
because
because clowns don't like fuck with me. Like I don't
Mhm,
bother. I'm not bothered by clowns, but stuff like that, like
mhm.
I'm not one to really believe in paranormal stuff at all. But just the thought of something like that being real, I hate that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
I uh I don't really care for clowns either. Clowns are creepy. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just like whatever. Remember 2016, the killer clowns, the thing that
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that was a whole like thing. But people are actually doing that. I'm like, I've seen videos again off topic. So someone just standing in the middle of the street with like a machete and a
Oh,
clown
yeah, and then they
costume.
run after him or something.
Yeah, they all got
Yeah,
out of the car and was like, "You want to fuck with us?" And
yeah,
just started
yeah.
chasing the person.
Yeah. Now, stuff like I don't know, clowns and stuff doesn't really creep me out like, murderous clowns, whatever. But for me, it's always like possessed people because it's just
Mhm,
stuff that like again, I don't believe in it.
mhm,
I mean it's not real, but like just the thought of that, something like taking control of you, I'm like, "Oh,
mhm.
I hate that."
Yeah.
It creeps me out. But no, it'll be a cool concept for them. Good $20. Fuck them, I ain't paying for it. But
Oh
it
yeah.
is cool. Like again, they just like closing out this whole season 6 thing. Like if you want the 30-second summation on it, the shipment maps. What the fuck? I don't really get that. I'm excited to try drive through Mad Cow. I do like that map. So I won't hate on that. And then if you're a big bundle person, this is the one for you. And I hope
Mhm.
that they add in Michael Myers. I really do.
Yeah. They I wonder what these events are gonna be, like the trick or treat candy hunt. Again, I hope that's a party mode that we get to I don't know, we get to participate in and do something with it. Um, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if they even mention what those are. I don't think they talk much about it.
Hmm.
Um yeah. Side, I'm just looking at that Mad Cow variant. It's
Hmm.
actually kind of cool some of the stuff there. Like the inside of the buildings are like hella dark or
Hmm.
like the main building there, So it's pretty cool.
Hmm.
But some of these, yeah, bro, looking at that stay high variation of shipment, bro, I'm going to lose it on that map. Like,
It's just
no.
shipment. It's
I ju-
5 shipments. Like God.
Yeah, bro. Like it just missed me with that. I don't know.
I mean,
That does anything but get me excited. And bro, the last thing we'll say because we got some CDL talk. I want to get through a little bit of it, dude. Who's still out there grinding ranked? It ain't us, bro.
yeah, no,
Who,
we're
who's gonna
we're
be
trying to
grinding
hit max
season
level.
6? Bro? I got bigger priorities. Like I can't even imagine who's still trying to hustle through season 6. If you are, dude, I
Mhm.
take my hat off to you. I mean,
Yeah.
that's commendable. Um, but I just see that they put that in there and everyone's like, "Oh, they got the last ranked season."
Mhm.
Um, and I don't know. I'm over it in this version of COD. It's
Mhm.
whatever. I did see Parasite talk about this, and I hope this is true, or at least his idea comes true because the emblems that they use for the for all like the like iridescent bronze, all that stuff, it's just kind of boring. Like
Mhm.
I want to see some like really cool designs in Black Ops 6, Like I want some new fresh stuff because they've used the same kind of thing for the past few years.
Mhm.
And I do know that Treyarch is the ones that have made it for the past couple of Call of Duties. They developed this concept and I like the concept. Um But man, I hope they freshen it up a bit for next year.
Yeah, for just their game. Yeah,
Yeah.
the this is a thing. It goes back to the whole like map thing because we were playing through ranked in MW2 like through the
Hmm.
rest of the year,
Yeah.
but those were it's insane. Like there were not new maps by that time, right? But I really do think you and I got like burnt out come because I'm like jumping all over the place, but MW3 is definitely a far superior game than MW2. 100%. Like it's way better than MW2. But MW3 burnt us out more than MW2 because of the same fucking maps. Like
Yeah.
we already played these maps for like I days,
Years.
like back in 2009. And now we're doing it all over again. And especially the COD's evolved so much that like the game modes aren't going to work as well on this game. But it's so weird to think because I do think MW3 is definitely significantly better than MW2.
And MW3 to me is going to be a big what if scenario where if they started this game off just as is with the name and had completely new maps from the start, I think people would look at this game in a much different light than they do now because agree the maps just ruined it. And like you said, I don't know if other people are like that, but it just burnt us out big time
Mm-hmm.
doing it. So it is going to be a what if scenario if they started it. Um, Kind of like how they did about midway to the end now, where they were doing these new maps. Because I
Yeah.
think this game got better in that sense regarding the maps as the time went on. But
Yeah.
yeah, it is a real shame.
Well, that's the thing. It's like you definitely can go back to our episodes from MW2 and like we're still grinding ranked because
Yeah.
they kept adding in new maps into ranked.
Yeah.
Whereas this is just like we played the same maps in the beginning in 2009. Now they're in ranked and they added 6-star and Rio and what else?
Vista.
Vista. Yeah. That was it. Like I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure in MW2 we had more uh maps added into the rotation.
I think so. Yeah. I think we
Um
did.
and if we didn't, I'm going to say we got new maps cuz it was MW2 like all those like Hotel, Mercado, like obviously you're going to get burnt out on those maps, but I feel like the fact that they started with MW2 maps right from the get-go, the people that grinded back then, we already got slightly burnt out right there and then.
Oh yeah. No, 100%. 100%. Yeah, so like with this whole rank thing, like I'm not so burnt out on ranked in the sense of like the maps and everything because you said like most of the ranked maps like they have added some new stuff in there, so it's good. Um, but I mean, man, at this point now, it's like I don't even think about ranked. I'm just like I want to
Mhm.
get these seasons done because my eyes are really just towards Black Ops 6. Like I just want to be playing that game,
Mhm.
and this is a hurdle.
Oh
I
no,
got to
yeah,
just get through
literally.
it,
Yeah,
you know.
cuz yeah, these MW3 and then Sledgehammer, they did a good job of updating the game throughout the year, but they just I don't know whose decision it was to remaster like all the maps,
Yeah,
the
I don't know,
MW2
but who?
maps, but that was that's what hurt this game a lot because I think if they just again started off with just brand new maps like every other COD and sprinkled in all these other maps in like throughout the year,
Yeah,
multiplayer would still be pretty decent, at least for us. And
yeah.
then like possibly ranked because I know you and I played ranked all the way through, like
No, we
MW2.
did.
So
Yeah, absolutely. Um, but yeah, I mean, again, if there's people out there who are still grinding it, man, again, I guess I wish you luck
we
in the
we
last
grinded
season.
we grinded
You know?
MW2 ranked with hackers.
Yeah, I
That's
know, and
that's
it
what's
was brutal.
crazy. Now
Yeah,
imagine playing MW3 ranked on the same maps we played in 2009 with even more hackers.
yeah,
Like
yeah, bro. It was fucking awful.
they should have just took MW3 and MW2 and just shoved them together. And
Yeah, no, they 100% should have.
Like,
but whatever, they screwed it up anyway. So
that's going in our review.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm
MW2
thinking.
maps just should have been MW3 maps. The
Yeah,
formula
100%.
was right there, and they had the formula and the series, the Modern Warfare series, in their hand,
right,
and they couldn't fucking do it.
And they fucking blew it.
And now Treyarch's coming out
Dumbasses.
like, all right, we're doing our thing. Like,
yeah, dude. And like everyone's gonna be excited for it, you know. Like again, when we played the beta, like all the pros are excited for it too. They said this is the best CDL era COD that they've had too. So I mean, it's looking good. And I was gonna say we could touch on before we wrap up because there's a couple things we haven't really talked much about the CDL in a while here. And there's been some stuff like I feel it's just kind of necessary to give some little updates here. But I wanted to start with something with you because I don't know if we talked about it before. Did you see this rumored super team?
Yeah.
With the Thieves?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I think for people who believe this, like right off the rip, I would not be so quick to jump to that conclusion.
Yeah,
I think it is insane. So if people haven't heard about this, I mean, it hasn't been really proven or disproven. And I know Ben, who we'd had on our podcast, he had a good take on it that I want to ask about because so this rumored Thieves team was going to be, and correct me if I like leave some of these people out. I believe it was going to be Ghosty, Scrap, Hydra, and Envoy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was going to be the rumored Thieves team for next year. Like, or at least I don't want to say that they were in talks of making this super team on the Thieves. Which on paper, that team is disgusting. That team is like they're they're in that top 4. There's no way that team crumbles. Like that's a god squad of teams. But the problem is from people don't know about this either is that Thieves built this team and they did a really good job building a team on a much smaller budget because that was their whole their current team that they have because they spent so much on that team to win the Vanguard Championship, and I know they wanted to keep that team, but they offered them pay cuts, and a lot of them just ended up getting better offers, and they're like, look, I can't say no to this, like because obviously like better team opportunities and stuff like that. But and then obviously with Octane retiring, so that team just kind of fell apart. To think that team now wants to go back and all of a sudden they have money for, Hydra being for sure the most expensive player in the league, and then people right behind him that are equally just as expensive. I find that very hard to believe.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you. I don't think this is I mean, the talks at least between the 4 players could be true, right? Like I mean Ghosty he said that he's definitely signing with Thieves. So I believe him being on Thieves, but
I think he did that a while ago.
Yeah. I don't know if he actually signed anything or whatever, but he said that he was definitely staying with Thieves. But the other 3, like I mean, Envoy was on Thieves before and then left. But it's very interesting because I personally don't think it's true. I mean, 100 Thieves, they've been very open about like, look, first off, all of esports has been in a pretty rough like past couple of years.
Yeah.
Like I think a lot of investors are realizing like, oh, we can't just throw a ton of money at it and we'll make, 10x our returns right away. Not possible. And even Thieves, they went like through that. They've had like rounds of layoffs, which sucks. And doesn't help either that if their team's just not like winning constantly, and they're holding events in LA, it's a lot of overhead. But I don't think this is true. And if it is true, those guys would take massive pay cuts just in the hopes of they're going to win it all. And that would be very commendable by them. But even if they agreed to all these pay cuts, these would have to, like, I'd have to imagine they'd have to buy out Hydra somehow off his contract because New York's just not going to let this guy walk. And then
Yeah, no
Scrap,
chance.
I'm pretty sure Scrap has like another year with Ultra. They'd have to buy him out too. Like, so it's not just they have to sign them on their contract. They'd have to pay extra money on top of that for the best players in the league, essentially.
Right.
So, I mean, if it happens, that'd be insane. But if there's any team, like, I don't think these are going to be the one to do it, unless again all these players are like, screw it. We see where COD's going, and these salaries are insane. Let's just all take a pay cut and just play together because we really, really want to play together. There would have to be something more than just some money for all these guys to come together.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wonder if those guys are at that point in their career where they would want to do that, because like Scrap, like obviously has done well, but he hasn't made that like insane money where he's like, I don't give a fuck about the money. I feel like that guy, you know, and I mean, and I could be totally wrong, but I'd have a feeling that he would still want to be like, no, I still want to make really good money.
Yeah, this is
Like I
his
don't want to be
second
taking it.
year.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And like from his second year, how many championships has he won? Like I think 3, something
uh,
like that.
2 or 3.
Yeah, two
One
or
this
three. I think
year.
it's safe to say.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like he's done well, like for sure. I mean, he's got a lot of money, but um, I think it's a different realm when you're someone like, I don't know, like a Pred or like a Kenny, where these guys they've been playing one for so long and have accumulated a lot of money, and they've also won, mega championships over
Mm-hmm.
there. Like,
Oh,
you know what I
Fred's
mean?
only been playing for 3 years. 3? No, yeah, no, 2. No,
Yeah,
3.
he has. But then you got to think of too how much he's won in that time. Like, I mean, obviously winning a world championship now,
Mhm.
like that was an insane amount. And then same thing with like the EWC, like them doing really, really well there too.
Mhm.
And he's even somebody too. Like I may even agree with you on that. Like maybe someone like a Kenny, where I'm
Kenny
pretty
definitely.
sure. Yeah, like I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure from like they had said that they were willing to take pay cuts to play together,
Mhm.
on that Thieves team if it was going to
Yeah.
happen. Um, but I think what Ben said about it in that it may be like a take that he thought was somebody on that team, it could be Ghosty, was trying to leak that to make something happen,
Mhm.
to get like the waters stirring and try to see if somebody, get maybe some of these teams to get into high gear and actually make something happen. Because I can imagine that a lot of this, like you said, there's so many moving parts to get one player to another team to get them signed. Um, and they may be in this state of like they don't know what's going on, so they just were like, trying to get something happening.
Mhm. Well,
Um,
that's some insane recruiting by Ghosty if he's thinking like that.
dude, that's some five head stuff if he's trying to do that.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
would be a good team though.
Yeah, it would be a good team. I don't think it's like happening though. I mean, I think Ben's stretching a little bit there with Ghosty just putting it out there. Just yeah, I mean when you see players like doing stuff like that, I think that's insane. Like trying to recruit like that, but you're essentially just trying to like home wreck all these teams.
Right.
That's what you're
Right.
like. Look at what happened with Pred. Like everyone's like Optic Pred while he's on Seattle. Like they're cheering for
Right.
like it. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I don't think, to be honest, any of these people are like out of those 4 in their careers where they can just take insane pay cuts and be like, yeah, let's do it because we're gonna win everything. Because you still have
Yeah.
Phase, and if anything, Phase has won the most. Like Abizi and Simp are the 2 guys that have won like the most in this league right now in
Yeah.
terms of like winnings.
Yeah.
Um, like together at least, and these guys are still a threat. Like it doesn't matter. Like whatever team you're forming, you're trying to beat Phase and Optic. Those are the 2
Yeah. Of
teams you're trying
course.
to beat. So
Right.
and those 2 teams aren't a guarantee win. Like regardless of the team that you have. So
Right. Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting with that, and then I believe too on Ultra, there's a couple of they're restricted free agents, right? Meaning
mhm,
that they
yeah,
they can still absolutely play for the team. And I think is Insight the only one that was made one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's on the move, and then all of Vegas Legion is gone
Mm-hmm.
because that team got obliterated, and now it's turned into the is it like the Falcons Legion or something
The
like that? I think
Falcons.
is
Yeah.
yeah, just the Falcons, or the Vegas
Yeah.
Falcons, sorry, is what they called it now. So I mean that's like Attach and Nero and Geo, and who's the other guy on that team
Oh,
that I'm
Johnny.
thinking of? Yeah, that are all free agents. And they didn't get picked up by that Falcons team,
Mm-hmm.
which was a big shock. I, to be honest, I was hoping that that was going to be so much more of a shakeup than it really was. I mean, I don't mean no disrespect to those people, but it was a real letdown to see that they were the ones who were signed.
Mm-hmm.
Because talking about the money, I was hoping that the Falcons were like, "Yo, scrap, we'll give you 1.5 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, 2 year contract, 1.5
Mm-hmm.
million," and he'd be like, "See you, Toronto." Like,
Yeah.
I'm out. And they released their team, and it's like that God squad. It's like
Mm-hmm.
Dan Ghosty. They hired the best players for the team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like that's what I was hoping, but now it's all amateurs. Um,
Mm-hmm.
from I think, and they were the team that played in the EWC.
Yeah.
Um, which was definitely surprising. I think that team is going to get smoked
Mm-hmm.
early on. And I think probably for like the whole year, I think they'll get smoked. They'll get better. But I don't know. I hate to discredit them already.
Mm-hmm.
I find it very, very unlikely that that team is going to like ever do
Mm-hmm.
more than a top 8. I mean, if
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I think we did. I'm pretty sure we did talk about this already.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, I do think it's good that they're coming into the league and not signing Vegas. In my opinion, I think this is good for the league. They're gonna get cooked. It's gonna be like Miami. It's gonna be like them, the Heretics, where you sign, an all Saudi team or Saudi players. Like, you're gonna get cooked, but you're building yourself up as, this is what our reputation is and this is what our brand is, which, is good because you want to go worldwide. But to everyone else's point, like, you're gonna get smoked.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, again, though, like, this is like a whole other topic, but people always say that you can't tie like a city or an area to just a team because, like, at the end of the day, none of these players are loyal. They're gonna jump from team to team. Um, like, fucking no one wanted Kenny on Optic because he was the Optic killer. Now he's on Optic. Now everyone's fucking praising him. Like,
Right.
and that's obviously what players, you have to follow where your biggest contracts are, and obviously the best chance that you got.
Right.
Like, it's good that the Falcons are coming in. I'm sure the people on Legion, they're gonna find a team. Hopefully Attach comes to Boston if Boston's still here, or something, or Nero, because they both fried. But like, the Falcons are shaking it up. I wonder how long they're actually gonna keep this team for, like what Miami's doing, or if they're eventually gonna be like, screw it, let's just sign all the best players. But I don't like that because you're gonna cheer for the players, obviously, but it's like, damn, really?
Right.
It's like you just have infinite amount of money, so you can just buy out everyone.
Right.
It doesn't even matter. That's when it's like I'd compare that to I, I don't, the Golden State Warriors when they just kept winning over and over. It's like, I don't want to fucking watch this. Like,
Right.
you just got the best people, and like the other teams can't even compete.
Yeah, no, that is a fair point. Because it would just come down to like it always is, it could just come down to money,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
know. And yeah, like no one would all of a sudden become a Falcons fan just because they're winning all the time. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, I mean, there would be some people that would, but a lot of it would just be like we are now. I mean, we've got our teams like the Breach, which apparently they may still be in, which is great. Not 100% confirmed, but it's looking better.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like we'll always be Breach and Optic fans, but we also follow these people when they leave the Breach or leave Optic and enjoy them.
Yeah. You always cheer for the
So
players. It's just
yeah, that's just how it is all the time, you know.
yeah, like people team hop all the time. Like multiple people have different jerseys all the time of different orgs.
Yeah, they rip their jersey off when their team loses and they go to the next one, you know.
Yeah, it's like you follow the player, which that's like the interesting part about esports. There's
Yeah,
not like you follow the personality and
right.
the player. But yeah, I mean, it's weird. Roster Mania is technically Roster Mania, but at the same time, like not much stuff has like came out yet. Like it's been pretty slow.
Yeah, it has been. There's just been the leaks like we talked about of some of these guys who have been restricted free agents. I know there's some people that like on Carolina, like I think that whole team is gone except Gwyn. Um so there's gonna be a lot of spots and most of these people won't be coming back. Um to those respective teams. But there's going to be a lot of people, like my last thing on, it's going to be a lot of people, I think, this year who are going to be left out, not on a team for whatever reason. Just obviously because they can't re sign with that team. I doubt they're going to re sign him. And the likelihood that some of these players on these lower level teams, like they may move around to some of them, but some of these teams like Miami, they're already like made moves. Some of these teams are already making moves, and it's without people like the one that comes to mind is Clayster. I've seen him on clips on Twitter. I mean, he's like, my chances are pretty slim here. Like, I've only got a couple of options as to where I can go, and I'm not really getting anybody on my line. So, um, I think it's going to be this era now. We're starting to see some of these people phase out, some of these long-standing names, and these teams they might just start taking chances on challengers players,
Mm-hmm.
if they can, because I don't know how much money these teams are looking to pour into players, especially with these players who they've had and they have had little to no success.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's gonna be a weird season because yeah, like a lot of the vets there, the likelihood, yeah, the chances of them signing on a team, if they haven't played the best in the past couple of years, is probably pretty low. So I don't know. Well, I'm sure we'll know more as Black Ops 6 gets even closer, but
Yeah, for sure.
it's just yeah, there's gonna be a lot of movement. Um at the end of the day, I mean, what to Ake's point, every single fucking team and competition, whatever, is going to be bad outside of the top four teams. But that's
Right.
what sports is. And like, you're trying to build a team to beat Optic and Face.
Right. That's it.
That's what you're trying to do. And then, yeah, you can throw all the, well, no, I wouldn't even throw Ultra and New York in there because those teams are probably going to change.
Yeah.
So, like, you're building teams to beat Optic and Face. That's what you're trying to do. That's what every team's trying to do. I'd hope, you know?
Right.
Other people would argue like, well, they're not because they're not signing the best players. But
Right.
a lot of these teams don't have the cash to just sign these players. Like, they're on a budget and they're doing the best
Right.
that they can. So you got to be realistic there.
Exactly.
And I don't like when the comments of like, well, they're not trying because they're not signing the best players. I'm like, bro, I don't know how much Hydra or Scrappy like their contracts cost, but I don't think many orgs can like afford these guys after their success. And like they
No.
deserve that money. Like if you're winning and bringing that much like recognition to the team and the brand, obviously those guys should get paid. Like there's gonna be the bottom teams. There's always gonna be the bottom teams. It just sucks that some of these teams can't get those high name players just because of money.
Yeah, so they're just always going to be stuck in that, bottom realm there. I
Mhm.
mean, they have to make a serious change or they need to have their investors be able to really commit to, putting a lot of money in. And it's just not happening.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
the teams
we've
that
already seen.
are winning for a reason.
Yeah, we've seen money like throwing money at these big name players doesn't necessarily win them anything.
No, it
I mean,
doesn't.
freaking like look at Boston. I don't know how much they invested, but they got Priesta world champ. We got
Reigning world champ,
Slasher.
yeah.
Um, No, not anymore technically.
Well, when they picked him up, yeah.
Oh yeah. And then Slasher, Cap, and Stoopy. That's a god team. Like you got your vets and stuff, but they did shit. Like
yeah, exactly.
They didn't do anything. So kind of hard to ask investors here. Let's throw like a ton of money at these guys, and then you get that outcome. It just there's no formula right now.
No, there isn't.
It's a lot of trial and error. But yeah, the season will be interesting though. I wonder if more teams will join in, and it's like and not just be a 12-team league, and the format better change. It should change. So we'll see.
We will see though. But yeah, man. I mean, that's pretty much all I wanted to have on that CDL talk there.
Yeah,
we haven't talked about it, and
yeah,
people got to see what's going on here. But yeah, we'll keep you updated on it as time goes on, because I'm sure in the coming weeks and definitely like coming months, we'll get a lot of news there as to where some of these players are likely going to go. Because that's how it always is. It's like we'll get the announcement like a month and a half before the official announcement. They'll be like, Sib is like likely to join X team, and then 2 months later, welcome Sib. It's like,
yeah.
We knew that was coming.
Once Black Ops 6 is out, you're gonna start seeing players like
big time
already scrimming with each other, and they're not officially announced.
It's a dead giveaway.
Yeah, and I think hopefully the CL starts a little bit earlier. Don't know. It might just start in January again.
Yeah, I don't know when.
Early December. But we'll see. Even then, we'll know more. But I do think a lot of these teams are gonna they're just waiting for the big moves to happen already.
Yeah,
like
100%.
Those big name players, and then the reality is, I think the bottom teams are just gonna wait to see who's left and just try to make a team with who's left.
Right. Yeah, I think so. I think you're totally right. So we'll talk about some of those new God Squad teams, and then we'll talk about some new shit teams when the time comes.
Yeah.
but yeah, man, I don't really have anything else to add. If you think we're all set.
Yeah, we gotta both go grind out the rest of the season.
Yeah, I know, absolutely. So again, everybody, thank you for listening to episode number 188 of the COD Casuals. Be sure to go to anchor.fm/COD Casuals. We're there on all streaming platforms, and of course, go into the Instagram and Twitter to go watch the shorts. If you don't want to watch the whole episode, you can just go and check those out there. And then going to the YouTube page as well, since we post there. So be sure to go like, comment, subscribe over at the YouTube. And then, of course, X, Twitter, COD Casuals. That's where we're posting pretty much daily. And then be sure to join the COD Casuals community, since we're going to be talking about that a lot in the coming months as Black Ops 6 approaches. And then when Black Ops 6 comes out, we're going to be posting in there a lot. So be sure to go and join that. And 5-star ratings.
Yep.
Always
5 stars.
And I think that'll do it, man. So again, everybody, thank you for listening to episode 188 of the COD Casuals podcast. We're your host, Mike.
I'm Justin.
And we'll see you guys next week. Take it easy, everybody.
See ya.